Talofa lover, and welcome to Measina Treasures of Samoa, where we amplify Samoan culture. Today we are talking all things Miss South Pacific, Miss Samoa, and Miss anything else in the world that you want to think of. So, if you haven't noticed, recently there have been some dramas about the Miss South Pacific pageant and its results. And I actually don't know anything about it. And I don't actually care, because in my opinion, beauty pageants are only made to make money and to have people ogle about women. So yeah, that is my stance. I believe that having beauty pageants is a marketing ploy, and I'm going to substantiate that. I'm not just going to say that because it's my opinion, but I'm also going to substantiate that. So previously, our previous Samoan Prime Minister said that all Miss Samoa contestants should be fluent in English. So that is telling me that he does not see them as a representative of Samoa and Samoan culture, but rather a tool for them to use through tourism and to make money for the country, hence the need to speak English. And I voiced my opinion quite loudly in a newspaper column about how I disagreed with that. Miss Samoa is a representative of Samoa, and as such should be able to speak her mother tongue. In other pageants, they have had interpreters for these contestants. Why would they not then include those interpreters for their own Samoan contestants? So in my opinion, beauty pageants are there to make money. Beauty pageants are there specifically for countries to use for tourism and to market their country. That's what beauty pageants are there for. Other than the fact that they're there to ogle over the women. Yeah. I'm not saying that Miss Samoas or Miss South Pacifics do not do their duty. The amount of work and the amount of I can't say what the word is, but if you look at Moana Shranky, she has been the epitome of what Tamaitai Samoa should be, the epitome of how somebody in that position should act. Women, children all over the world, not just in Samoa, have looked up to her, have seen her achieve so many great things, not just for herself. She's given back writing books, she's given back holding cultural workshops all over the world, not just here, not just in Samoa. So her representation of Samoa, the Pacific Islands, reached so far, and I'm so proud of what she has achieved. But not all of the Miss South Pacifics have, is it Miss South Pacific? Is it Miss Pacific? Sorry, that's how much I don't know about the pageant. I don't even know the official title. But her reign has been something that all people holding that title should attribute to. But other than her mother, and a handful of other people. I don't know what the others have done. And that is what I'm saying. It is just a title to get money. There are women out there who, like Moana Shranky, represent their island nation. They go out and share their culture. They go out and share their knowledge. They help the people. And they do that without the title. They're actually putting their own money into these programs so that they can help the people, which I feel like the title should be doing, but it's not, because it's just getting money for the organizers and it's marketing for the countries. Whereas the people without the titles are actually doing the work. They're using their own money and they're doing the exact same things. They're representing their countries, they're sharing their culture, and they're helping the people. Whereas the title really is just a title, and it's only for a year. People doing the grassroots work continue the work past the title. And that is the most important part. So I don't know the exact details of what happened with the Miss Pacific competition. But I do know that it has led to the degradation of women. It has led to people in higher places acting like there should be a divide between the people of the Pacific, whereas I believe the actual competition is supposed to bring the Pacific Islands together, but in fact it's divided us. And that is another reason why I don't agree with the pageants. I believe that the pageants should be scrunched up into a little ball and then dropped onto the ground. Social media is a horrible place. Do not watch the videos that are going around and putting down our Pacific Island women, that are putting down Pacific Islands. Yes, you have a problem with the way that the competition was organized. Take it up with the people who run the competition. Do not blame the young Pacific Islanders who are putting themselves out there in front of the public, because it's not their fault. I hope that you take a good look at yourself and apologize to those young women, because it is not their fault. There is a lot of work that goes behind the pageants. There's the makeup artists, there's the photographers, there's the hairdressers, there's the stylists. It's not just the one person. So yes, I understand that as a team, these pageants are a way for these teams to get in front of the public and get their name across. But it's not the only way. And I believe that you are all doing an amazing job, and I hope that you find other avenues other than just pageants to share your talents with the world, because you are all very talented and I'm amazed by the work that you do. I know some of you are thinking, oh my gosh, she's got all these things to say and she's just a fat old woman. I was not always fat, and I was not always old. And even as a younger person, skinnier person, I still had these thoughts, because these thoughts are the things that have carried over time. They're not just ones that I've had today and I've just pulled it out of the air. I have had these thoughts for many years. I have shared these thoughts about pageants in newspaper articles and in conversations. These are not thoughts that I have had just today. And I'm sharing them because I feel it's important for our Pacific women to know that their importance does not rely on the way they look. Their importance does not rely on a pageant. Their importance is what's within themselves and how they behave and carry themselves. And you don't need a title to do that. And I'm sure we have seen great things from many of the Miss South Pacifics, many of the Miss Samoas, and I know that we will continue to see great things because we live in a world where consumerism and money are at the core of everything we do. And so I know that pageants will not end until we can move back to the way things were. And yeah, I believe that each and every one of us has a Miss Samoa or a Miss Pacific Island within us, and we do not need the titles to be able to do the things that we do. We do not need the titles to share our language and culture. We do not need the titles to help our fellow human beings, and we do not need the title to be kind to each other. And so I hope a lesson that we learn from today is that a pageant is not the end of the world. A pageant is not going to change or solve world hunger or climate change. A pageant is a marketing ploy. A pageant is a way for organizers to make money. Understanding that that is where it's coming from, I hope that you can then remind yourself that these are actual people that are entering the competition, and as human beings you should be treating them kindly, with respect and with dignity. Even the judges, even if you disagree with what they have to say, they are all human beings and you should be treating them as such. Yeah, that's all I have to say, I guess. Whakataite te lava and tofa sui fua.